Welcome to Bleav In 76ers with your hosts, former 76ers point guard Eric Snow and two Sixers fanatics in Marcus and Teja Dash. Bleav In 76ers is presented by BetOnline.AG.
BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BLEAV50, that's BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bleav In 76ers podcast. I'm Marcus Dash here with legendary 76ers point guard Eric Snow and my brother Teja Dash. How we all doing, guys?
Doing okay. I mean, I was better before,
Ask me in
I got some news, but
ask me in like 5 hours.
Well, hopefully with the Harden news, him being out a month, hopefully we'll hear news in hopefully in an hour or so that Embiid's playing tonight. So we lose Harden, we gain Embiid back. So hopefully that, kind of makes up for the loss of Harden.
that would be good.
Yeah, in the short term, at least. Yeah.
In the short term. Yeah. So tonight the Sixers play the Knicks. So we kind of a short show, just kind of talking about the stuff that came out of the game against the loss against the Wizards the other night. So with that being said, we're going to discuss the kind of the awful news that we received after the game on Wednesday night. So Harden's going to be missing a month out of basketball for a month with a right foot tendon strain. Eric, you're no stranger to lower body injuries. So for a guy that logs as many minutes as Harden does, about 37 a night, which is ranked 10th in the NBA for a guy who's about 33 years old, kind of rough. How worried are you about this injury kind of for the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, you're always concerned with an injury that keeps you out, for a prolonged amount of time. Fortunately, it's no surgery, because people say it all the time, you can come back, but surgery is still surgery.
Yeah.
So hopefully the month that he's getting is part of that is to rep him back up into the shape and the position that he was in. So not, you know what I'm saying? Like the injury may be, and this is just me, kind of assuming the injury could be a 2 to 3 week or, injury, and he probably needs that extra time to get back used to playing basketball. So when he jumps back in, it's not a gradual thing. It's more of he's ready to go. So hopefully that's where the month comes in. I don't know much about the injury to really know, what could help him or what could be hard when he comes back. But yes, I would expect his minutes to decrease when he does come back. And I believe that they will, for the most part, stay low in certain situations, in certain games, may creep back up there to, the minutes that he had before. But I do not see this as an injury that's going to bother him throughout the year. I don't think that's it.
That's good to know.
So with a month, the getting back to no minute restrictions baked in is what you're saying, baked into the timeline.
Yeah, I think they'll come back with a plan for him, and that plan is going to be for the long haul of the season. So, I was disappointed to see him being out with an injury, but like I said, no surgery to me was a good sign that this isn't something that's probably going to nagging all year long. And I think he just, they'll just have to be smart with how much he's playing and the practice time and all of that, it will all have to be managed. Now that is something you'll have to do all year long, the preparing and the prepping for, his ability to play all year.
Now, I know we're just speculating here. Do you think this is something he's been dealing with, or do you think it's something that kind of like in the middle of that game? He played a full game, right? He didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could have happened that last game, or maybe the game before, and it just like, no, I can't do it. I didn't see this being something that he had before. I think it would have shown his head if it was something he had before. So I think it's a recent injury.
Yeah, we would. I would think there'd be some kind of sign about like it bothering him, but no, yeah,
like with Joel, we were like, something's not right. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like you could just tell.
Yeah,
and I didn't see that with James.
Yeah, and even like if you go back to James in the playoffs with the hamstring problem, with the partially torn one, that was obvious. He was obvious. Yeah, you could see him. So yeah, but yeah, the positive is hopefully he'll be more rested going into the playoffs, and he's not going to be running out of gas in the playoffs, right? So,
just do you hold it down until then?
Do you think that? Do you think we've been careless with his minutes?
Say it again.
Do you think we've been careless with his minutes, 37 a night, or do you think like that's?
I wouldn't say we've been careless with them. I do think that they're high. But I think some of that is Joel being out.
It's true.
And we've won some games, but we haven't really won games and blown teams out.
Yeah, he's had to play a lot, really.
We have, having those games where you're like, yeah, I'm going to go over here and chill out for, the fourth quarter or the end of the fourth quarter. Like, we didn't have any games like that.
Mm-hmm.
We had games where the game is going, all of a sudden it's a close game. And then, if most likely when it's a close game, those minutes in the third and fourth quarter go up. Those second half minutes go up.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at our season, we've had games that are going into the fourth quarter, close.
Yeah.
Almost every game, I Bleav.
Yeah, well, with our third quarter, yeah, it happens a lot. Even games we're handling well, that third quarter wipes it out. Fourth quarter, fresh start again.
It was weird though, the fact that I remember towards the end of that game on Wednesday, seeing the amount of threes we hit. We had 19 threes, and I think they only had 5 or 6. I've never seen such a disparity like that, where the other team ends up winning. The team with the lower amount of threes ends up winning that game. I
Bleav it was a record for them. Actually, it was what did I read? It was the lowest amount of threes either attempted or made and beating your opponent, I Bleav.
Wild.
It was one or the other. I forgot what it was, but it was like a crazy stat about how they didn't make. Yeah. That's insane, man.
Yeah. So obviously we talked about Harden's injury, the possible long-term impact of his injury for himself, but what does it mean for our guys on the court? Now some Sixers are saying the sky's falling. Sixer fans are saying the sky's falling, put a fork in us. We're going to be in the playing game. But are there any positives?
People are saying that?
I've seen a lot of crazy stuff on Twitter.
Okay.
I mean, there's always crazy stuff on Twitter, but yeah, a lot of people are saying to stick a fork in us because Harden's been kind of one of the biggest shining spots for our team so far in this young season. But are there any positives to pull from this, or is this just all bad with this Harden injury and how it's going to impact us?
I can't see a positive from it. If you want to say it's a positive for you to kind of see where Maxey is being the primary ball handler, Melton, hopefully he plays. Seeing where he is, being another primary ball handler, and then maybe we can play the young fellow. I don't know, or Shake or some other guys. Hopefully they all step up and play well, so that can help their confidence, and that can help us in the playoffs when, if playoffs, you always need somebody to step in and play. I remember when we went to the finals in 2001, I broke my ankle the first time in December, and we still kept rolling. So the guys were playing well, stepping up. So you go into the playoffs, that helps that you've kind of went through some things and had other guys that have to play bigger roles. So hopefully from that standpoint, that's a positive, that where people will have to step in and play well and perform, but they have to do it first. So I think that if it's done and it's accomplished, then that's a positive. If it doesn't happen, then obviously it's not a positive.
Less dribbling, we'll see. I would think maybe our transition defense improves a little bit. You said Maxey being the guy that we pretty much have seen him be or becoming. As far as what needs to happen, Tobias needs to shoot more shots. I mean, now it has to happen. Forget about I
think for Maxey, he's gonna see a lot of double teams now.
Yeah.
Easier to double a guy with the ball, bringing the ball up the court, because all the 5 defenders can see him. They know where he's at. So
Tobias going to step up.
Yeah, exactly. That should happen. If the opportunities are there, then whatever criticism based on how that go will be just. But the opportunities have to be there.
I mean, last 5 games, he's averaging under 10 shots a game.
Yeah, that has to change.
Yeah, he needs to get now with Harden gone.
Yes, with Harden gone, that's what I'm saying. With Harden gone, that has to change.
Yeah, but it would actually be.
He has to be over 15 in my.
Yeah, it would be odd if he was. It would be like something's wrong. He doesn't want to shoot Simmons style if it's under 15. If it's under 15, that's a red flag.
He has to be over 15. Joel should be over 20 unless he's getting doubled off the bus. And Maxey's going to get his 20. That's what it appears. He's going to take his 20 shots.
Everyone got promoted. Now we have the big 3 again. So Tobias is back in the big 3. He got promoted. Maxey's number 2. Some nights he might be number 1 with how aggressive he's being on offense. And if Embiid's not totally himself, then Maxey has to be that guy. More shots to go around. Do you think because they were struggling with everyone healthy and playing in the games? It was tough to decide who gets more shots here, too much dribbling, not enough shooting from everybody. Do you think in a sense it'll be a little easier to figure it out on offense now? There's only one ball and one less guy to take the ball and dribble 1,000 times?
I wouldn't necessarily say it'd be easier. It may be easier to decide who you running plays for.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, because James holds the ball. It's the old saying of is it different from someone that holds the ball a lot? Is he different than someone that shoots a lot? Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, it's true.
Because James holds the ball a lot, but Maxey shoots a lot more than that.
Yep. And it also brings a glaring hole of we have no one else to really – now it's just Maxey. Like, we don't have a guy I trust to bring the ball up the court.
Melton can do it.
Yeah, Melton can do it.
Yeah, I mean –
he backed up Ja and they won.
Yeah.
They also had Jones, though. Jones became more.
So that was just saying, but Jones was still the backup.
Mm.
Like, he was the starter, and he, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't. Maybe he's not like a full-time guy there, but the backup primary ball handler and off the wing, I think he's more than capable of doing that. I think that's why he was a big acquisition. My concern would be more of who's that third guy going to be? Is he just going to be Shake?
Yeah, because Melton and Maxey are going to start together.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to start them together, but it appears that, when Joel went out, like, you started Smart, you started them, so I don't know why you wouldn't start them both now.
Yeah, they're going to have to, I think.
So
But then, Shakes can get a lot more minutes. Shakes gonna need to play a key role for us coming up.
And Shake's been
you
playing.
probably need another guard then too.
Hey, I think Kemba's available.
Yeah, I'm just saying you probably need another guard too. Then you don't have to, extend anybody's minutes.
Yeah.
But I do feel that they probably should play a fourth guard, unless you're considering Thybulle a guard.
Certainly not that kind of guard.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think that, maybe, because we were doing
Thybulle poops his pants when he has
we were
to
doing
dribble
the three.
five times.
We were doing the three guards with when James was in there, and James was playing 37 minutes. But if you do the three guards again, now Maxey and Melton are going to be playing 37, 38, 39 minutes.
Yep. And
young guys, they can do it right now.
Right,
but it's still minutes.
And if Embiid's out, then you are looking at starting Thybulle probably at 3.
Yeah.
Melton, Maxey, Thybulle, Tucker, Tobias. That's the lineup.
Yeah.
There's a little mix of offense and defense there. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, but as we saw with Porzingis, who ate them alive with that lineup because they had no one that can get. I think Tucker's hands up straight up in the air got to like his chin area. Like he's just so big it killed us.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if with James out, if we still and if James out, if Joel's out, we still go small.
Mm-hmm.
Versus
probably depend on
Paul Reed. If you want to keep Trez in that same position, then do you start Paul and just have him start, or do you because you're small, but James is sort of like the 3 with that group defensively.
Mm-hmm.
But you just cause such the issue, you cause such trouble for teams offensively with that small unit.
Yeah.
But if James isn't in that small unit, it's not the same.
Well, it's funny you bring up Paul Reed because that was one of the big, besides James Harden, the other big topic on Sixers Twitter were slaughtering Rivers for not playing Paul Reed after he was +7 in like a minute.
Yeah.
And did probably the best job.
I think if Joel doesn't play, I believe you have to start him and keep Montrez in his same role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And start that way. And so now you obviously put Melton in there, then PJ and Tobias are in their same row instead of bumping up.
Especially a bigger team.
Yeah. You got Knicks. Yeah, that'll be interesting because it's Randall. Knicks is, and who we play after the Knicks? Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix on Monday.
Hey, we can go small against Phoenix without 8
Yep.
going.
Yep. I think they're playing pretty small right now anyway.
They are.
Yeah, Randall's a tough matchup.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, though? Tobias has done a pretty good job, I believe, the last few times he's played Randall, though. I know Randall had a dreadful game.
It's different when you got Joel behind you versus when you don't.
I'm worried about Mitchell Robinson getting like 25 rebounds.
But that's what I'm saying. So
that's
now
what I'm worried about.
Tobias is probably going to have to defend him.
That's true. So then Tucker can – I would think Tucker can do a decent job on Randall. He should.
I mean, he can hold him to slightly above average.
Yeah.
That's a tough matchup for PJ.
Yeah.
Holding the guy to slightly average is not always bad.
No, not at all. Not at all. If you can just try to force Randall to take outside contested jumpers the whole night, I think it's a plus.
I mean, because it's slightly above average in points, but more attempts is you've done your job.
Yeah, they ran out a lineup of Brunson, Fournier, Barrett, Randall, and Robinson.
Yeah, that's who they've been starting the last few times I've seen them.
Which helps us a little bit too. Those 3 smaller guys at 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Embiid. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if what goes on with Embiid. That'll be an important one.
Yeah. All right. So going with that, so our next topic is the picks for tonight's game. So Sixers are currently a 3-point favorite. This has kind of jumped around a little bit. So yesterday we were a 2.5-point favorite. This morning we were a 3.5-point favorite. Now we're a 3-point favorite again for the game tonight, but it's at home at 7:00. And as looking at here, according to Keith Pompey, Embiid was at the practice facility and participated in portions of shoot around earlier. So that's a good sign because he didn't participate in shoot around on Wednesday. So who do you guys have and why tonight?
I think we get the Knicks. I think they're still trying to figure things out. We're at home crowd. We'll play well. I think we'll get them. I think and I think we cover. We needed. I think the last game, they played better, but you having Joel out, but I think Melton not playing really hurt as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt our versatility. Our quickness in attacking the basket. So hopefully, if he's playing, Joel playing, I'm assuming they're playing. And my prediction is that we'll get them and we'll cover.
And Embiid 14-1 against New York Knicks in his career.
Awesome.
I like that record better than I like the 1-3 at home record this year.
Yeah, I got to change that.
That's pretty brutal, man.
Got to be a place that people fear and not want to come play in the playoffs. So we have to get back there.
1-3 at home. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I like us to win. I think whether Embiid plays or not, I think we win, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would still take. Now I'm going to take Mitchell Robinson's over in rebounds. As far as anything else that they have an interesting scoring. They're a pretty low scoring team, huh? New York. They're kind of like a grind team.
Yeah, defensive grinded out, man, Thibodeau style.
Yeah, so I'd still probably. I mean, their main shot, the shooters are scorers. Randall, Brunson, Barrett. They just take like most, if not all, the shots on that team. So I'd like two of those guys to go over in their points too. Obviously Maxey's, but I'm also worried about Embiid coming back, and he hasn't been totally right this year. Now, we're going to completely lean on Embiid to be like MVP? I mean, and I'm worried about him possibly putting on too much on himself and getting injured now. So,
hope not.
I hope he doesn't spell the minutes out.
Yeah. Even if he plays, I don't want to see him play.
Yeah,
37 minutes.
Over like 30 minutes. I'd say. 30.
So got some days in between the next game, so that helps.
That's true. That should factor in, but
both you guys are on the Sixers tonight?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so then Monday night, we mentioned it. We play the Phoenix Suns on NBA TV. Interesting, all 30 teams are playing Monday night, and we got the NBA TV game because there's no games on Tuesday this week. But spread hasn't come out on this game yet. But who do you guys have, and what do you want to see against the Phoenix Suns? Because that's a pretty big test.
I mean, I think that kind of where we are, that's going to be a tough game for us. Not having Aiden helps. But I think they'll give us some trouble with their pace and their just the way they're solid. I mean, they defend, they get easy baskets, they kind of take care of the ball. Just the cohesiveness of where their team is right now, that's a tough one. The way things are going right now without James, that'll be a tough game.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll be one of those games where we go into it not expecting to win at all, and we actually play them real tough, and it stays close, and then they pull away for some stupid late fourth quarter plays that we have. But they're playing really well right now. They won 5 straight.
Yeah,
dominated the Warriors, beat the Pelicans by 13.
Do they play the night before us?
They play You mean, do they play back-to-back?
Yeah.
No, but they have 3 games in 4 nights. They play Friday, Saturday, Monday. And they're traveling they play Portland twice in a row, and they travel Saturday, Portland to us on Monday.
So they play in Portland on
Saturday. Yeah.
So they're coming straight to Philly from Portland.
So, and they're just finishing. Damn, dude. All those wins came on the. Oh no, they were playing at home. So yeah, I'm sorry. They're playing at Phoenix on Saturday, not at Portland.
Yeah, that's just
still though.
Yeah, the first game of the trip, I don't. If they were coming off a game the night before, then we probably could have a little advantage, because we had those 2 days. But that's not really an advantage for us.
That's the end. Then Portland. That's end of a 6-game homestand. Then they start a 4-game road trip.
Yeah, they'll be ready. They'll be ready to play on the road.
Yeah.
So both of you guys are on Phoenix in that one?
I think Phoenix wins, yeah.
Yeah.
Close game.
It's hard. I mean, especially not knowing our situation, it's going to be hard.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we go 2-0 this weekend going into.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
I hope so, but
I picked us to win every game this year, and we have a losing record. So
yeah,
I got to start being
reverse jinx, maybe
having some more realistic picks, because nobody goes undefeated for a season. So.
True. Yeah, and hopefully the little reverse jinx action. You pick the opposite happens. So yeah.
And I mean, we're not just picking anyone, right? Phoenix is a really, really good team.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they kept their pretty much entire squad together, just kind of like with Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. Continuity, man.
They have a starter just like Milwaukee. He's not even playing yet.
Yeah.
And they haven't lost a game yet either.
Who hasn't lost a game yet?
Milwaukee, only undefeated team in the league.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I thought they had one loss.
No, they haven't lost.
Dang.
Arguably second best player.
And we had them for a little bit in that game.
I got it. Yeah, we had them for I gotta say, our loss is not too bad record-wise.
Yeah.
Milwaukee 7-0, Boston above 500, 4-3, but they're better than that. Toronto 5-3, and even Washington was 4-4, and then San Antonio was 5-3. So,
yeah.
Our worst loss is a 4-4 team.
Yeah.
I will say expectations, though.
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to find silver lining in our losses.
Yeah, that's the thing that hurt us. Not many of those teams were expected to be where we were.
Yes.
2, that's it.
Yeah. I will say, I think we're getting more crap for our record than Golden State is at being 3-6 to start the season now. And their defense looks horrible so far this season. I think they're averaging amongst the most in the league, giving up points so far. I know it's still early, so all this take it into context.
I'll give you 4 reasons why they don't get criticized.
But shouldn't that be the reason why they do get criticized?
You can figure that out.
But shouldn't that be the reason why they do get criticized, though? Aren't expectations higher for them than for us?
Yeah, but they have also battled back from expectation when they haven't started multiple times. Things didn't go well, and controversy and adversity and all of this other stuff that it's people trust that they'll be there in the end.
Right.
4 losses in a row for Golden State, all on the road.
They haven't won a road game, I believe. And they've lost to some teams that aren't really, quote unquote, supposed to be top teams.
No, they got dominated by the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost to Magic by 1. And then
that's defending. I mean, Orlando had 130 points last night. Yeah, that's
and then actually another one, Hornets. So yeah, 3 of those they shouldn't have lost.
Yeah. Still early. Everyone's getting their bearings right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in to Bleav In 76ers, presented by BetOnline. For more, please follow us on Twitter at Bleav In 76ers. We'll see you guys next week.